Hi, my name's Rich. I'm with Cindy. We're on Legacy and at toatsea.com. This is the fourth video in a three-part series on making AT5 charts for Navico Chartplotters. And I just want to do something real quick here. A friend of mine asked about converting KAP files to AT files. And yes, it can be done, and yes, it's actually pretty easy. To do it, we're going to use a little program that's the Swiss Army knife of map programs, MapC to MapC. It's about a $20 US program, and it is incredibly versatile. We're going to take a KAP file, and I made a test one here. It's of Savu Savu, and we're going to convert that into an AT5 file for the chart plotter. So the first thing we do in MapC to MapC is select Load Calibrated Map. And we'll select that image. And here's a little shortcut here. We could go here in this list of files and select the kind of file we want, or we can just go ***, hit enter, and it'll list all the files in that directory. We can select the KAP file and open it. And now it's going to read the KAP, read the calibrated file. Now that we've loaded the file, the next step is to create the image file and the data file, the geographic data file. So we're going to go File, Write Map, and Calibrations. We're going to select the place where we want that to be. Let's put it in the same directory, and we'll call it KAP to AT5 test. It says it's done. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to minimize this, and in KAP to AT5 test, let's see what we have now. We have the KAP that we started out with. We have a JPEG file, which is just an image file. There it is. And if we wanted to at this point, we could edit that in a program like Photoshop as long as we don't change the shape or size. We have a KML data file and a JGW world file. Theoretically, we could just use that JGW in the JPEG to create the AT5 file, but it doesn't seem to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything but the KML and the JPEG. Poof. Now let's open Insight Map Creator, and we're going to go to View, Processing Mode, Keyhole Mode, and we're going to create a new JGW file. So we're going to add files, and we'll add this KML file. We can do our *** trick here. We're going to add this KML file that we made. Select Build, Process Complete. Let's see what we have. Look at that. It made a JGW for us. Okay, now we're going to go to View, Processing Mode, Raster Mode. And here we'll add that folder. That was KAP to AT5 test. Just choose that folder. We're going to select a resolution, and I'm going to use 1 to 32 here. That works well for me. We'll select a working directory that we made to hold our bound AT5s. Two more steps. Atlas options. I'm going to go to Atlas version 13. You may need an older version for other chart plotters. And click on Atlas description and type in M equals and then the name of your chart. In this case, it's going to be KAP to AT5 test. That's the name your chart plotter will display, so you can choose the chart. From there, just click Build, and it's processing. This could take anywhere from a few minutes to 3 days in the case of a chart I made for New Caledonia. I've since learned to make smaller areas. I'm going to skip ahead here. And that's it. That actually didn't take very long at all, only about a minute. Let's see what we have now. In the working directory that we made, we have a directory called Bound AT5s, and there they are. There are AT5s. On our website, there's some PDFs with instructions for making KAP or AT5 files. And in that PDF, or in several of those PDFs, it shows the structure I use on my SD card. I make a directory in the root called Shaded Relief, and in there put the names of the places that the chart covers. And in those directories, I put the AT5 files that we just created. I've put those on my chart plotter, and I'll show you what I've got. Here's a screenshot of my chart plotter with the chart we just made. You can see in this area here, you can see a bit of the dithering. Now remember, KAPs only have 127 colors, so we lose an awful lot of detail when we do it this way, when we use existing KAP files. The advantage is there are a lot of caps out there already and available, and it saves you some work of going and downloading the images yourself. But the disadvantage is it's not quite as good as one you make from scratch. Here's one we make from scratch. I'll toggle back and forth. And I don't know if you could see it on the video, but there is a difference in the quality. And it really shows up a lot more with images from other areas. For example, here's a screenshot of an area with a lot more resolution, a lot better source image, and that would really suffer from the 127 cap colors. This happens to have my radar overlay over it as well. All right, that's it for now. It's your turn. Happy boating. Thanks a lot.